from the most distant and deepest reaches of the azure ocean, where white-crested waves relentlessly crash against the ships. A grand journey of ocean conquest begins with the image of mighty fleets of steel commercial fishing vessels bravely cutting through the waves under the brilliant golden dawn. Leaving behind streaks of white water stretching endlessly to the misty horizon, carrying with them the hope and unwavering strength of seasoned fishermen. As night falls or fog blankets the area, the cockpit, illuminated by the bright lights of state-of-the-art electronic equipment, becomes incredibly tense and silent, so quiet you can hear your own heartbeat. The eyes of the seasoned captain and the young sailors are fixed intently on the flashing sonar and radar screens, where orange and green dots reveal the secret location. Of a massive school of yellowfin tuna swimming in a perfectly synchronized spiral, hundreds of meters deep in the vast ocean. Once the target is identified, a seamless industrial-scale coordination is immediately deployed. The giant mothership, along with its agile, small orange speedboats, begins to tear through the waves, trailing a huge, vibrant orange buoy system that encircles the area, weaving a perfect, closed circle to trap tens of thousands of powerful creatures within. At this moment, beneath the deep blue water bathed in brilliant, penetrating sunlight, the tuna realized their living space was shrinking. They began to thrash about frantically, swimming in a tangled web of intertwined masses. creating a swirling vortex of shimmering silver and gray-blue foam that stirred up the entire central area, erupting into columns of white foam that splashed high into the air in a desperate attempt to escape. Despite their fierce struggle, the indifferent mechanical power of humans began to speak. The enormous yellow winches with their thick, gleaming steel cables began to grind and hiss, slowly tightening their grip. Pulling the bottom of the net shut and squeezing out the surging ocean currents. The most spectacular and majestic moment occurs when the massive crane system lifts the entire teardrop-shaped net, bulging with hundreds of tons of tuna.
Mạnh hơn. Tôi đang cố đây. Coi chừng bức tường.
Out of the sea, suspended majestically in midair, obscuring the brilliant sunset and creating a stunning, epic silhouette, while thousands of liters of seawater cascade down onto the deck like a great flood.
Kiểm tra lại lô hàng này đi. Nhiệt đề đang xuống thấp quá.
Vâng, tôi thấy rồi. Cần điều chỉnh ngay.
Chuyển pallet đó sang cửa số 4 nhanh lên.
Chúng ta cần di chuyển pallet này đến cửa số 3.
The knot at the bottom of the net is untied, and an avalanche of silverfish crashes down onto the wet deck with tremendous force. Slippery, glittering mountain of tuna reflecting the sunlight.
Lùi chậm thôi. Rồi, dừng lại đi.
Immediately, the crew of fishermen clad in yellow and orange protective gear rush to work, fatigue giving way to intense concentration. Using their hands and specialized rakes, they herded the endless river of fish into the smooth metal chutes, where the tuna streamed one after another down into the dark, sub-zero freezing chambers, disappearing into the swirling, icy mist to preserve the freshest, most original flavor of the sea. After weeks of battling rough seas and strong winds, the ship carrying the ocean's treasure turned around and returned, gliding gently across the calm waters of the bustling port canal. filled with thousands of containers and giant cargo cranes under the magnificent sunset, where dock workers strain to tighten thick, rough ropes around concrete mooring posts to secure the massive vessel. Hundreds of tons of frozen tuna covered in frost and snow were immediately unloaded, dumped in torrents into receiving hoppers, and transferred to a long line of pristine, white refrigerated container trucks.
Pressure holding steady at 400. The steam output is higher than the last reading. Áp suất ổn định ở 150 psi.
Their engines roared as they began to roll, forming a convoy of logistics vehicles moving along the windy coastal highway, heading straight towards the colossal processing plant complex that loomed on the horizon, its chimneys spewing billowing white steam. In the bustling loading area, filled with swirling cold air rising from the truck beds, tens of thousands of tuna are dumped onto an endless conveyor belt that carries them directly into a vast and overwhelming production facility. There, bright white fluorescent lights illuminate rows of enormous stainless steel thawing tanks bubbling with aeration, and high-pressure water jets blast powerful streams of water to melt the ice and snow. XT, a brutally automated mechanical system, begins the disintegration process at breakneck speed. Giant blades descend in a flash, severing the fish's heads, which fall in a torrent into the byproduct chute. Meanwhile, rows of circular saws spin at breakneck speed, cutting off the tails, leaving massive, muscular tuna chunks gliding smoothly along the thin water film of the metal conveyor belt towards a bright red laser optical sorting system that automatically and precisely divides the fish into lanes. Along the seemingly endless conveyor belts, thousands of skilled workers, clad in pristine white protective suits from head to toe, operate with astonishing speed and precision. Before passing through a quality control station where experts use electronic thermometers to measure the core of each piece of meat and bend them to assess perfect elasticity, resolutely discarding any piece of meat showing even the slightest bloodstain or imperfection. The automated filling system immediately intervenes, dispensing streams of rich, golden olive oil or crystal clear brine, enveloping and filling every crevice of the meat to preserve its flavor and juiciness for years to come. Industrial laser printers shoot out blinding beams of light, etching the expiration date and production batch code onto the indelible tin lid, giving way to a continuous roll. Up-labeling system that constantly releases colorful film, giving each can its brand identity, before powerful 6-axis robotic arms pick up each can and neatly pack them into square brown cardboard boxes. The production process concludes when automatic shrink wrapping machines tightly wrap the towering pallets, stacking hundreds of boxes high, which are then handed over to yellow forklifts that weave through the deep corridors of the massive logistics warehouses. The final destination of this magnificent journey is the brightly lit aisles of modern retail supermarkets, where diligent staff meticulously arrange cans of tuna on the shelves, awaiting the consumer's hand to pick them up and place them in the shopping cart, to take them back to the cozy family kitchen.